sun today because it's super hot.
Yes. It's very warm.
We're just giving it a minute for our people to join us. So if you are waiting and wondering why we're standing here in silence, that's why. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm Jennifer Hance. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator with Greensboro Parks and Recreation. And we're really excited to have you joining us today. We have a super fun activity planned for you. We have two wonderful ladies sitting over here. Can we swivel the chair that way? So one you probably recognize is Miss Shelli, and then we also have Virginia here as well. And Virginia's going to be doing something extra special for us today. She's actually going to be translating into Spanish as we're doing this activity. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really excited about it. Tomorrow we will be live at 1 p.m. and we're actually going to be over at the Barber Park Event Center, and we're going to be doing a tour through the Ruth Wicker Tribute to Women. And we're really excited about that. So be sure you join us at 1 p.m. tomorrow over Facebook, but we'll be over at the Barber Park Event Center. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Shelli. She just slid back. Go ahead and turn it on over to her, and we will get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Shelli Scott. I'm the Youth Program Specialist for the City of Greensboro Parks and Recreation. Today we have Miss Virginia with me, and we are going to start off by making galaxies. So the plan for this is take your coffee filter and go ahead and flatten it out. And if you already were able to iron it, like our instructions suggested, then that's awesome. We didn't iron ours.
Tenemos un filtro de café que lo debemos poner todo muy, quitarles todas las partes que tienen el filtro y vamos a empezar a escribir con los marcadores.
Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and color in our pictures. You can draw whatever you like, stars, planets, anything like that. Just go with whatever you feel.
O sea que pueden poner cualquier cosa que quieran escribir o poner dibujos o colorear o planetas, cualquiera de las cosas que quieran colorear. Different colors too?
Yeah.
Distintos colores, cualquier cosa que quieran tener acá.
Yeah. So just make it fun and colorful.
So Virginia, where are you originally from?
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia.
Sí. Yeah. So, yo soy de Colombia y de pronto algunas de las cosas que puedo decir no son iguales de Colombia que en otros países, pero igual todos entendemos. So I was just saying that even though I'm from Colombia, we may have different words for different things, but I think at the end we all end up learning and.
So within Spanish, as with English, there's different dialects. So we might say some things differently.
Sí.
Okay.
No sé cómo dirán. Por ejemplo, en Colombia decimos marcadores. No sé cómo dirán en otros países, pero igual son los colores o los marcadores que usamos para la actividad.
So if you want to know a fun and easy way to make stars, I just make a star by making a triangle first, but I don't finish the bottom. And then I come up, across, and then I connect them. And then there you have a fun star.
Lo que Shelli estaba mostrando es cómo hacer estrellas. Entonces, yo tengo otra forma distinta. No sé si es igual a la de ella porque no pude verla, pero es otra forma.
So what are you guys drawing on what different things are you doing?
I drew a blue sun with red stars around it and some yellow big stars.
Nice.
Mi dibujo tiene otros colores y tiene como otras, no sé, como de pronto planetas de distintos tamaños.
Yes, she's here.
So do you guys remember the planets in our solar system?
Shelly está hablando de los planetas del sistema solar.
Is Pluto a planet again?
Pluto is still considered a dwarf planet.
I think that's not nice.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say I personally value Pluto, but
Están hablando del planeta Pluto que está que en este momento no está considerado como un planeta.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can name all the planets for everyone watching
Okay.
while we're doing this. Okay, so are they the same in English and in Spanish?
But they are
A little different?
Yeah, different.
Okay.
So I can say in Spanish after you.
So obviously we have Earth,
La Tierra,
Jupiter,
Júpiter,
oh, okay, Saturn,
Saturno,
Mercury,
Mercurio,
Mars,
Mars es Marte,
Venus,
Venus,
Pluto,
Dwarf planet. Though.
Dwarf. Okay.
Pluto is oh gosh, I forgot. I'll
Okay, we'll come back to Pluto.
come back to Pluto.
Did I say Saturn?
You're going out of order.
I'm going out of order.
I know, right?
And then there's the sun. I know I'm missing a planet in
Did you already
there.
do Mercury?
Yeah, we did Mercury,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
So some people say, like, my very earthly mother,
Uranus.
Oh, Uranus, yeah. Yep. How do you say it in Spanish?
Urano.
Oh, it's so much prettier in Spanish.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's so much prettier in Spanish.
I wouldn't get
All
laughed
right.
at so bad in middle
So-
school if it was pronounced that way everywhere.
You guys are doing an awesome job with your coloring. And everyone at home, if you guys, when you get done with your coloring, if you want to send us a picture, we would love to see it once you guys are done with your coloring and you've done the second part of the activity. Be sure that you take a picture for us.
Yeah.
O sea, tomen una foto del dibujo que hagan y nos las mandan por Facebook.
Perfect. Nice and succinct. I like it.
Okay.
You're getting there.
So now this is an activity that any age could participate in.
Yeah.
We could do this as with our younger kids if we want, or do it as adults as well.
Es una actividad que todos podemos hacer de distintas edades, adultos o niños, o inclusive niños de distintas edades.
Yeah. I think it'll be really cool to see everyone's pictures of what they're doing because everyone does such different things,
Yeah.
which is really neat.
Okay, so this is what I have drawn today.
Very nice.
Ah.
You may see two Saturns, and that's fine.
Are you supposed to have it all full or no? Does it look better?
I think just it doesn't have to all be touching, but just put enough on there that the colors will bleed together nicely.
Okay. So hay que poner más color por dentro para que no se tienen que estar todos tocando, pero deben estar más colores para que se puedan ver los colores más fácil.
Alright, so when you're ready, then we'll go ahead and put a straw in some water. And it doesn't have to be all the way down because you just want a little bit. So I've got my straw filled to about right here. And all you have to do, just to put some more in and show you, is when you put your straw in the water, just hold the top of it with your finger and it holds it in. And when you let go, it's just going to come out. So just a little bit of water will do the trick as you just let it drop in the middle. And see how the colors just start bleeding together really nicely. A little water goes a long way.
Okay.
Kate wants to know if everybody saw the moon last night and this morning.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had my telescope out last night, and I think we're going to throw that video up.
Yes.
Either tonight or tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad said hi.
Okay, so yo puse los colores que más pude y vamos a coger entonces el pitillo. Esta es una de las cosas que no sé si todo el mundo les dice el mismo nombre, pero yo cojo este pitillo y entonces cogemos un poquito de agua y empezamos a poner el agua despacio. Eso no fue despacio. Uy, tengo que practicar.
Perfect.
I've got to practice.
Shelli's had lots of practice.
Yeah.
Just
So-
spread out where you put the water droplets, or else
Oh, yeah,
you can
it's
end
not-
up with an oversaturation.
Yep.
Tengo saturación de mucha agua porque
It may be too late.
no hagan lo mismo que yo hice. No está...
So Shelli, is there, I can't remember if you said this, and if you did, I apologize. Is there a specific type of marker people should use for this?
Probably not a permanent marker, but any marker, like we have the Crayola ones, they just bleed really well. So any knockoff version of
Water-based.
that as well, or just probably not a permanent marker.
Okay.
It's not going to do as well.
No usen marcadores permanentes, ni Sharpies, ni todos, ni ninguno de esos, porque entonces se vuelve todo, después no puede salir. Pero estaban diciendo que los Crayola, los marcadores de Crayola funcionan muy bien para esta actividad. No pongan tanta agua como yo puse, pero...
Alright, so this is my galaxy once the colors have bled together. And we're just, I'll lift it up a little bit just to show you. And so now, if you have like clothespins that you can hang it up from somewhere, that'll be a great way to go.
Este es el mío con un poquito más de agua del que ella tiene, pero de todas formas se ve chévere y se puede poner a secar con unos ganchitos o alguna cosa como para dejarlo un tiempo para que se seque.
And until then, I'm just gonna kind of pick mine up because this garbage bag is just gonna hold the water in and set it on top of a paper towel.
Okay. Yo voy a hacer lo mismo, voy a poner entonces mi galaxia aquí en esta y todo el agua que puse en alguna parte para dejarlo secar. Vamos a ver cómo funciona esto.
So pretty. That's why you use washable.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
I'll grab that.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, so while we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to pull our next craft over.
Okay, vamos por la próxima proyecto.
And we're going to be talking through the phases of the moon.
Okay.
So, got my handy dandy glove over here. That's okay, I'll just
Okay.
pass it to you.
Oh,
so I'm going to open the Oreos.
Ya. Se pueden comer los Oreos mientras que están trabajando por ahí.
And I'm going to
Can they
take...
eat them?
Yes. So on the post we said 8 or more Oreos. But you only need 8 for this. But the or more is because I want to eat some. So I'm assuming that you guys do too. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That one's broken.
And does it matter if you use the double stuff or the regular or?
I would use quadruple stuff if I could.
Okay. That's a personal
That's a
preference.
preference.
But it's a personal preference for sure. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you have a child who's working on their counting, let them count out the Oreos.
Buena idea, para poner a los niños a aprender. En español también sirve mucho decir los números en español, entonces.
Yeah. So the moon goes through 8 major phases in its 28-day cycle of the Earth.
Entonces tenemos 28 ciclos de la luna en que van 8 ciclos en 28 días.
So these phases we'll start with the full moon because that is what we had last night. And so a full moon is going to look like this.
Luna llena.
And so we'll put that down to the side.
Shelli, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
The full moon that was last night, was there something special about it?
There was something special about last night's full moon. It was the super pink moon.
Rosada, la luna rosada.
And it's not pink because the moon was actually pink. It's pink because it's named after a flower that generally blooms this time of year.
Entonces la luna no es porque sea rosada, sino porque es parte de una flor que sale en esta época en la primavera.
Yeah. So it's also the brightest supermoon of 2020.
Y es la más fuerte, pues la más, Dios, es brighter, so es la que es más, volvemos a esto después.
All right, so when the moon is waxing, that means that it's growing in size. So what I've got here on my paper towels, I went ahead and just separated that one Oreo. So I've got my new moon is right here, and that's the one that's not very bright at all. Actually, a lot of times we can hardly see it.
Y yo pongo la luna nueva en este lado, que es en donde está apenas, donde no hay casi, pues.
And then on this side, I've got my full moon.
Luna llena en este lado.
So just imagine that the sun is here, beaming this way. And then we'll put this Oreo the other way down, representative of the Earth.
Esta es representamos en esta la tierra y piensen que el sol está acá.
Yeah. And obviously it's not to scale because a better idea of scale would be if this nickel were the Earth.
Si la moneda sería la tierra.
Then this coffee bean would be the moon.
Esa sería la luna, el cosito de café.
And so that's just a good, to scale model of an understanding of the size difference of the Earth to the moon.
Muestra la diferencia entre el tamaño de los dos.
Okay. So we've got our Earth here in the middle, our new moon and our full moon, and then we want to make our moon grow.
Vamos a hacer que nuestra luna crezca. Empezamos con la luna llena y la luna nueva. Entonces,
so we're going to do a waxing crescent moon.
Waxing crescent, nosotros llamamos el cuarto creciente.
And so I'm just going to start my knife around this way and just make a nice crescent shape,
Entonces,
like a
vamos,
crescent roll. Sorry.
vamos a coger el cuchillo y vamos a cortar un poquito del Oreo, pues del coso y lo ponemos pequeño, así como ella lo puso. Y este es el que está creciendo.
So then we'll put that here. So remember, our sun is over here shining this way. So this is going to be the side of the moon that is lit up.
Entonces tenemos la luna aquí, perdón, el sol aquí.
Here's your sun.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's in the camera.
No.
Oh, you have the sun
Yeah,
here.
she's gonna do
Wait, how do I make it brighter? Does it?
That's what you got.
Okay,
Okay.
so this, we have to turn the lights off.
Lights are going off.
Can we still see okay?
Ish. Yeah.
Well,
Ish. I mean, you can see the flashlight
It's okay.
better. But we'll do that later.
that.
Worth a shot.
okay.
We'll come back to the
We'll come
flashlight later. Okay, so now we'll open up our next Oreo. And I'm gonna make that my collection spot for all future frosting. So then we're gonna just do our first quarter or waxing half.
Are you getting to eat the extra that you cut away?
Absolutely.
Vamos a coger el primer cuarto y quitando el cuchillo y quitando la parte de crema del Oreo.
Chris Wilson said thank you, Virginia.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then remember our sun is coming from here, so our waxing half is gonna be here,
Okay, entonces
or first quarter.
lo ponemos acá, donde está el cuarto creciente, o el primer cuarto.
And if you don't have a little knife to scrape, that's okay, just use your teeth. Eat as you go.
Yep.
Don't have to save it for later.
Alright, so the next Oreo, put that aside, and then we're gonna do our waxing gibbous. So for this one, we're just gonna take, again, just a little slot there and pull that out. Okay. And then turn it so that more of the moon is showing.
Okay, vamos a hacer el cuarto menguante, que es cuando ya está lleno y empieza a volverse más pequeño. Y lo ponemos aquí. No me quedó así tan bonito.
Alright, so far the moon has grown from our new moon to our waxing crescent to our waxing half, also known as first quarter, to our waxing gibbous, and then to our full moon.
Okay, now, estamos en la luna nueva, luego vamos al cuarto creciente, luego vamos a la luna, al first quarter, el primer cuarto, y luego vamos al cuarto menguante y luego vamos al full moon. No, you're good.
Alright, so we're not done yet because the moon now is gonna wane, which means it's less light showing.
Ahora vamos por las otras partes donde se muestra menos la luna.
So now we're gonna do our waning gibbous.
Ya empezamos a bajar para el otro lado y volvernos hasta la luna nueva. Entonces, ahora quitamos un pedacitico. Es muy
And
parecido al otro, pero
Paper
cuando
towels.
está creciendo.
paper towels.
That's what you're working on.
Oh, yes.
They're paper
Yeah,
towels.
paper towels.
Sorry, I can't type back to.
So, and again, remember the sun is shining this way, so this is the light that we can see from the moon there.
O sea que lo vemos por este lado y lo vemos casi llenito, pero un poquito vacío. Porque aquí está el sol.
And so now we'll go to our waxing half or third quarter.
Al tercer cuarto vamos a partir, pues a sacar la parte de esto en la mitad.
When you say waxing half, what do you mean by that? Like what is waxing in there?
I'm sorry, waning half is what.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Waxing is growing, waning is shrinking.
Okay.
Thank
So that's
you.
the difference. Is waxing is the growing moon,
Yeah.
waning is the moon going away.
Yes.
O sea que vamos creciendo para este lado y vamos volviéndose más pequeño o reduciéndose, la luna va reduciéndose para este lado.
And honestly, maybe a better way of looking at this, let me just turn these this way, and because then you can see that they're half, and then the sun is shining down.
Okay.
That's probably a better way to explain it. So do you want to pan over here just so I can?
I just feel like I'm moving all the time.
Yeah, you're fine. So the sun is here, shining down. It's got different angles though of the way that it's looking. So it's hitting this side of the moon, it's growing, and then this part of the moon has rotated in. So even if we needed to like turn it to kind of explain that, it's just showing that this is the part of the moon that we can really see for what's actually facing Earth at that time. So remember, this is Earth.
Como estaba mostrando Shelli, es una forma distinta de mirarlo, y estamos mostrando que como va creciendo la luna para este lado hasta que llega a la luna llena, y vamos reduciéndolo hasta el cuarto menguante y llegar a la luna nueva.
Okay. All right, so then our last one is the waxing crescent moon. So again, we'll just cut in that crescent shape and scrape it out of there. And
Okay. Yo lo mismo hice, quité un poquito más de y dejé un poquito para ver cómo vamos para el cuarto menguante.
so the moon takes about 28 days to get around the sun, and throughout this journey it's constantly turning. So what we're going to do now is just pretend, again, we'll make this cup because it's a little brighter, we'll make that the Earth, and then pretend that our moon is here with the sun shining on it.
This one. Okay, vamos a mostrar cómo se muestra de acá.
Okay,
Cómo vamos a
so
rotar.
so the moon is rotating around the Earth,
La luna va rotando alrededor de la Tierra.
and it takes, again, about 28 days to do this.
Full moon.
It doesn't have to be. And so in this rotation, remember the sun is in one spot, we come to our new moon, and the reason that we can't see our new moon is because the sun is behind it. And so it's not that the moon is dark, it's that all the light is on the far side of the moon.
Entonces cuando estamos en este punto con la luna nueva, no es que la luna no esté ahí, sino que es que no se puede ver porque por la forma en cómo está el sol. Entonces vamos rotando y no se puede ver en este momento, en este punto, pero ya después empieza a verse dependiendo en la rotación.
Beautiful. Okay. And so then when we come to our waxing crescent, we see again the sun is shining this way, so maybe we can only see this part of it because it's only hitting part of where we can see from where the moon is in that current rotation.
Lo mismo estábamos diciendo de cuando vamos a llegar al cuarto creciente, la luna empieza a crecer y empezamos a ver, a mirar, pues tener la habilidad de mirar cómo la luna va creciendo en este punto. Entonces es como está puesta la luna y la luz, cómo se va mostrando.
So then we come to our waxing half moon. And again, sun shining here, we can only see half of the moon from where we are at that point on Earth.
Igual en este punto solamente tenemos el sol y miramos la mitad de por la forma como está rotando la Tierra y como estamos mirando la luna y el sol.
Yeah. And then our waxing gibbous, again, the moon is in this direction, the sun's coming from here, it's lighting up about this much of the moon.
Mostramos cómo se siguen viendo más de la luz de la luna, como va moviéndose en la Tierra.
And then in our full moon, it's directly in the path of the sun, and so it's getting all of this light that we can see on our Earth.
En este punto entonces tenemos al sol completamente viendo la luna llena por la forma como están los dos.
Yeah. And then it just happens in reverse for our waning moon.
Lo mismo pasa cuando vemos a la otra parte para el cuarto menguante y llegando hasta la luna nueva.
Yeah. So you can see where the sun is just hitting in these particular parts.
So why are some full moons bigger and brighter than others?
Yeah, so the orbit around Earth is not a perfect circle.
No es un círculo perfecto. La pregunta fue que cómo se ven unos que son más, que reflectan más o que se ven más, y es porque no hay una órbita igual en todas las veces.
And depending on the time of year and when that is, then the moon is actually closer in its orbit to Earth than other times of year.
Y unas veces la órbita se vuelve más cercana a la luna que otras veces. Entonces is it the ones that get closer that are brighter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So las que son más cercanas son más fuertes y se ven más que los que son más lejanos en la órbita.
Yeah. So it just appears that the moon might be bigger, but it's really the same size. It's just a little bit closer to Earth.
So, parece que fuera más grande, pero es que está más cercano. O sea, que es la distancia que hay entre la órbita y la Tierra y la Luna.
Yeah. All right. So does anybody have any other questions? Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and enjoy eating your Oreos.
Gracias por comerse todas las Oreos.
Okay, and
y
we're
hay algo para tomar.
I'm not sure what you just said.
There's water.
She said there's water.
The water just in case.
You didn't put any paint in it. So we're gonna go ahead and scoot our Oreos over.
Scoot.
And get our construction paper out
I want me to pull this
and
over.
our glue.
Pull it out there for y'all. Sorry, everyone, that I'm in front of the camera.
Oh, sorry,
There
I
we
didn't
go.
even move it. Do you need the scissors too?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's done. Yeah.
Well, they were on this side, that's why I was
Oh.
sorry.
All right, so our coffee filter galaxies are pretty much complete, which is really exciting. And so now we're just gonna cut them up into a nice spiral galaxy.
Okay. Vamos a hacer una galaxia en espiral. Muy bien.
And just cut around the outside and just a spiral like a cinnamon roll.
Okay. Entonces cortamos como un...
We got really good at this when we did the water bottle craft. Cutting a spiral.
Yes, and people, we saw some pictures of people's water bottles that were really cool that people have put in their yards. So
I made my kids do some too.
Good.
So same thing with this, like we said a little while ago, once you get done, please feel free, we would love to see the pictures of your spiral galaxies.
Pongan las fotos de las galaxias que están haciendo para las fotos en Facebook. Nos encantaría verlas.
So do you guys know what galaxy we live in?
¿Saben en qué galaxia vivimos?
Can I give people a hint?
Sure.
I'll give you a hint. It's something that people might like to drink with Oreos. Might be in the name of it.
Oh, also my favorite candy bar.
Oh, it is a candy bar too.
I like the Midnights.
Jennifer estaba diciendo que es algo que se puede usar para tomar los Oreos. Inclusive en español, es parecido.
If you guessed the Milky Way, you're right.
Y en español se llama la Vía Láctea.
Say it one more time.
Vía Láctea. So lactea is kind of the stuff that milk comes from. Too.
Oh, okay.
So it's, yeah. So that's what I was saying. It sounds the same.
Oh, very
Like
cool.
Leche.
yeah.
Cool.
Oh, Kate just said Milky Way.
Well done. You're so smart. Alright, so I've got my galaxy cut up, and it doesn't really look like much like this, although it does look really cool to me, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's mostly dry, so I'm going to go ahead and move my paper towel out of the way and bring in my black construction paper.
Traemos el papel negro de construcción y ya tenemos la galaxia cortada.
Yeah. So I've got 2 pieces of construction paper, and I'm just going to glue them together about this far apart.
Okay.
Just because it's a big galaxy.
Vamos a unir los 2 pedazos de papel de construcción y vamos a poner un poquito de glue a unirlos together, juntos. Ya no. Se llama pega.
And then I'm just going to work my galaxy just little by little, gluing it down as I wrap it around itself.
Bueno, y de aquí empezamos a pegarla desde la mitad, acá, y vamos a poner desde el centro.
And I'm going to give it a little bit of space between each piece, because the galaxy, if you look at a picture of it, has space between each spiral.
Y vamos a ponerle un poquito de espacio, porque si ven la galaxia siempre hay un poquito de espacio entre los tiempos.
So if someone did not have glue, could they use tape if they wanted to?
I'm sure that would work just
Okay.
fine. That's a good idea.
Si no tienen algo, pueden usar también otras formas de ponerlo, como lo que se usa para unir papel o otras cosas, hasta engrudo.
So Nikki said, and I'm going to butcher this.
I was going to do
apologize.
it.
She said, gracias por hacerlo en español.
Yeah.
Was that close?
Muchas gracias por hacerlo en español, sí.
Okay.
Hey Nikki, hola, con mucho gusto.
I tried really hard. And Chris Wilson said he's going to be adding Oreos to his Instacart order.
Good choice. They've been a hot item in our house lately. Some other really cool things that you can do with these coffee filters if you want. And while she finishes up with her galaxy, then I'll go ahead and
Here, you
talk about this. But no, you're
because you know how to do it.
You're doing a great job. Yours looks fantastic. I really like the tie-dye effect. of it.
Yes.
Me too.
So you can just kind of imagine a planet that you really like, and draw it in, or look at a picture or something. And what we'll do is very similar to the galaxies. Just think about the colors that are on that planet. So like Uranus is kind of that bluish planet. So you could do like blue colors. You could make a smaller planet, like cut out some of the circumference of this coffee filter to do other different size planets, or to do the rings of Saturn. You can leave part and leave the center part for the planet itself.
Shelly está mostrando en que estamos haciendo los planetas cada uno separado y con los filtros de café y poner los mismos colores que sabemos que son los planetas. Y después nos va a mostrar otras cosas que podemos hacer.
So I'm just doing a little bit of red and orange in this planet.
So if somebody didn't have a coffee filter, might there be something else they could use?
If you have thin wax paper, use the non-waxy side, and that would do similar to what I'm about to do, and it may work even better, honestly. But as far as like bleeding it goes, there's like some tissue paper might work, or just some other. You just experiment with different types of paper. Maybe some newspaper. May not get quite the right colors, but you could still get some neat effects with it. So I've just mixed the. Sorry.
Yeah. Se pueden usar otros papeles, pueden usar papel de periódico o una cosa de pues otros papeles distintos si no tienen papel de filtro en la casa.
Yeah. All right. So again, you would just take some little water droplets and just kind of let these bleed together if you wanted to, or you can just, if you do this one with colored pencils or crayons or something. The ultimate goal is once this dries, then you can hang it up in the window like a stained glass planet deal.
Otra cosa que se puede hacer es cuando terminen de poner el agua y los pitillos y todo eso, se pueden poner, después de que se sequen, los pueden poner en las ventanas para hacer la decoración de todos los planetas en la casa. It could be a good way for people to learn Spanish too, like different things and different,
Like label your planets with the Spanish and English version. That would be a fun way to learn a new language. But
very cool.
All right. Well, I hope you guys had a great time. Take a look at Virginia's.
My beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful.
So if you wanted to do smaller ones too, to make to do like different solar systems or galaxies, then just do smaller ones and put them kind of around your paper in different places, and it'll make them look more distant.
Pueden hacer otros distintos con los planetas más pequeños y ponerlos en distintas partes. Se vería muy lindo también hacerlo más pequeños. Inclusive el mío está más gruesecito, el de ella se ve más delgadito, o sea que se vería también más lindo. I was saying yours is thinner than so it would look better. So.
I think yours looks great. Galaxies are all different. There's different shapes and sizes of them. Some are more circular, some have more oval shapes.
O sea, pueden ser de cualquier tamaño y lo bueno sería verlos como se ven todos distintos dependiendo de cómo lo hagan.
Yeah. So we can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah.
Yes, and please share your pictures with us. We would love to see those on Facebook. And thank you again to Virginia and Shelli for hanging out with us today and showing us this. I know to say gracias, thank you.
Yeah.
I do know that. I didn't pay much attention in high school. I should have paid more attention. No, but thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Tomorrow we are going to be at the Barber Park Event Center looking at the Ruth Wicker Tribute to Women, which we're really excited about. We hope that you'll come on that virtual tour with us. And we thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And tune in to see the telescope of the moon from last night soon.
Can you say
To
that in
be
Spanish?
coming.
Miren, hicieron un video del telescopio de la luna anoche, entonces la próxima vez estén mirando Facebook porque vamos a poner la información para que la puedan ver y va a ser súper chévere.
All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.